Homeowners, when was the last time you checked on your home title? That's the legal record proving that you own your home. If your answer's never, then this is for you. Scammers, yeah, they're stealing titles and the equity in your home. That's their target. That's why I partnered with Home Title Lock, so you can find out today if you're already a victim. Use my promo code Anthony at HometitleLock.com, and you'll get a free title history report. Plus, you'll get a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection.
Chronic spontaneous urticaria, or chronic hives with no known cause. It's so unpredictable. It's like playing pinball. Itchy, red bumps start on my arm, then my back. Sometimes my legs. Hives come out of nowhere. And it comes and goes. But I just found out about a treatment option at treatmyhives.com. Take that, chronic hives. Learn more at treatmyhives.com.
This is Whipping It Out with Anthony Cumia on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Now, here's Anthony Cumia.
Hey, everyone, it's Anthony Cumia. That's right. It's time for Whipping It Out. Free speech, that is. You know, a little insight on what's going on in the world. Seems a lot of people, usually the left, pretty perturbed about the White House construction. Another big thing for everyone to get angry about, especially the left, the Democrats. This has been happening for centuries. Work has been done on the White House, whether it's because of its destruction during war or doing some refurbishing, updating. The president has always had the right, the authority, and permission to do work on and around the White House as far as construction goes. But, they never let a good opportunity to whine, to piss and moan, as my dad used to say, about anything that the Trump administration is doing. So we all know Trump is building a big ballroom just off of the East Wing of the White House. This will be a pretty big building, pretty big, but it falls in line with the architecture of Washington, D.C., and it's a great companion to the White House. It's obviously, it has to connect to the White House in some way, and they decided off the East Wing would be the best way to do this. So the demolition, they're tearing down the White House. The demolition started on the East Wing. And right from the get-go, the usual suspects have been losing their minds about this, posting pictures. And if you notice, the pictures they post, there's the actual White House mansion, the residence building, in the background. And they take it from a side where you can't really see the White House. So most of what you're seeing is the demolition being done to the East Wing. And they go, he's tearing down the White House. Yeah. A little more hyperbole from the left, please. Can we get a little more of that? Truth be told, it's taking very little away from the White House that has been there, the West Wing, of course, the mansion, and then the East Wing. It's taking very little off of that structure in order to build the ballroom. But they're trying to use the demolition phase as a symbol of what Trump's done. He's desecrated and destroyed the Constitution, and now the White House is being torn down. Anyone with any common sense can see that the White House is not being torn down. And then when they realize that isn't working, they have to hop on he didn't get permission to do this. Congress or the Senate or someone must have to say that it's okay that he does this. Here's an X post from Joe Walsh, not the great musician, solo and with the Eagles. Joe Walsh, not that one. This is imbecilic Joe Walsh, who was a Republican for a while. Now he seems to be a Democrat, but I think that's just to get some heat. He says the entire East Wing of the White House will be gone by Friday. He does not have authority to do this, yet he's doing it. It's not his house, it's ours. How many times are you going to hear that one too? It's our house, the people's house. Oh, really? Pull up in your car to the main gate there. Get out and just say you want to grab something from the fridge. You want some ice water from the White House kitchen. And then argue with Secret Service and the FBI and the feds that it's your house. It's your house. What a bunch of bullshit that is. Just like the Capitol is your house, right? And then January 6th, people that went in there were given 20-year prison sentences. But it's their house. The White House is your house. What a naive, childlike statement that is to make. He continues, is there not one Republican out there who will say something? Not one? Is there not one Republican? Oh, the drama. Republican willing to risk taking a blowtorch to their career by standing up in the public square and shouting, stop destroying this house. This is wrong. Stop. Exclamation point. This is so over effing dramatic. Is there not one Republican who'll show a modicum of courage? Not one. A lot of capitals, a lot of exclamation points, a lot of over dramatic rhetoric. And truth be told, completely wrong. He's completely wrong here.
Homeowners, when was the last time you checked on your home title? That's the legal record proving that you own your home. If your answer's never, then this is for you. Scammers, yeah, they're stealing titles and the equity in your home. That's their target. That's why I partnered with Home Title Lock, so you could find out today if you're already a victim. Use my promo code Anthony at HomeTitleLock.com, and you'll get a free title history report. Plus, you'll get a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. Homeowners, when was the last time you checked on your home title? That's the legal record proving that you own your home. If your answer's never, then this is for you. Scammers, yeah, they're stealing titles and the equity in your home. That's their target. That's why I partnered with Home Title Lock, so you could find out today if you're already a victim. Use my promo code Anthony at HomeTitleLock.com, and you'll get a free title history report. Plus, you'll get a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. Homeowners, when was the last time you checked on your home title? That's the legal record proving that you own your home. If your answer's never, then this is for you. Scammers, yeah, they're stealing titles and the equity in your home. That's their target. That's why I partnered with Home Title Lock, so you could find out today if you're already a victim. Use my promo code Anthony at HomeTitleLock.com, and you'll get a free title history report. Plus, you'll get a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. Homeowners, when was the last time you checked on your home title? That's the legal record proving that you own your home. If your answer's never, then this is for you. Scammers, yeah, they're stealing titles and the equity in your home. That's their target. That's why I partnered with Home Title Lock, so you could find out today if you're already a victim. Use my promo code Anthony at HomeTitleLock.com, and you'll get a free title history report. Plus, you'll get a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection.
These are the facts. The president does not need special permission for construction to the White House, as it is exempt from the regulations that typically govern historic preservation projects. However, the White House administration states it will submit plans to the National Capital Planning Commission for vertical construction and that it was not required for demolition work through the NCPC, though the NCPC has jurisdiction over federal building plans in Washington, D.C. See, the White House is exempt to a lot of the regulations that would take place for historical preservation, zoning, things like that. The president can do what he wants with the White House. Them's the rules. That's what it is. They consult with the National Capital Planning Commission. They're not required to. That's a courtesy. Exemptions from regulations. The White House is exempt from the National Historic Preservation Act of 1966, which means it does not need to undergo the usual public review process for federal projects that could affect historic properties. And that's about it as far as the fact that no regulation says that the president can't take it completely upon himself to do construction work to the White House. I guess if you want to go crazy, if you wanted to take a wrecking ball and drive it up on the White House lawn and start bowling over the mansion, the White House actual residence, the mansion, I guess there might be an issue there. You could probably assume that the president has lost his mind and maybe the 25th Amendment could be brought up. But as far as building a ballroom, a new structure on the White House property and connecting it through the East Wing to the White House, he has every right to do that. And there's absolutely nothing that says he needs permission from Congress or the Senate to do this. As a matter of fact, if we look at a little history here of said White House, let's take a gander here. George Washington selected the site and oversaw the original construction of the White House. James Madison and James Monroe oversaw the rebuilding of the White House after it was burned by those nasty Brits back in 1814. And Andrew Jackson added the North Portico to the White House. Theodore Roosevelt, he modernized the White House and established the famous West Wing of the White House. William Howard Taft expanded the West Wing and created the first Oval Office. Calvin Coolidge, he had the roof rebuilt and added a third floor. Crazy. FDR, old Franklin Delano Roosevelt, moved the Oval Office to its current location, built underground offices, and added an indoor swimming pool for therapy. He, is in that little wheelchair. Harry S. Truman undertook a complete reconstruction of the interior between 48 and 52, preserving the exterior walls. I've seen pictures of this. The entire inside was gone. Everything, walls, floors. It was just the outside structure that you see. That's some pretty major renovation. JFK created the modern Rose Garden, which I believe Trump has paved over, or at least the lawn in the middle of the Rose Garden. Tricky Dicky Richard Nixon converted the indoor swimming pool into a press briefing room and added a bowling alley. Gerald Ford installed an outdoor swimming pool. Barack Obama converted a tennis court into a basketball court and added the White House kitchen garden. And of course, right now, Trump is built a new tennis pavilion and is overseeing the construction of a new ballroom. So this is not unprecedented. Oof, what a bomb. A lot of presidents in the past have done these projects. I don't believe any of them, unless for the purpose of funding, has had to pass muster with Congress or the Senate. I imagine funding would be a thing, but in the case of the ballroom, this is going to be funded 100% by Trump and donors. private contributions to build this ballroom, $250 million, somewhere around there. And I'm sure, like all of Trump's projects, it'll come in under cost, on time, if not early, and a great job will be done. But they just cannot look at anything Trump does and give him a kudos, a thumbs up, a good job, anything like that. And the money is being falsely reported that the taxpayers are going to pay for this. The brainiacs, the ladies over at The View, Whoopi Goldberg is big on saying that taxpayer money is going to pay for this ballroom. A lot of people on the usual garbage fake news networks, CNN, MSNBC, their people have said that the taxpayers will be paying for this. It's terrible that during a government closure, when people aren't being paid and government programs are being cut, and BET, I almost called it, EBT is not being doled out to generational welfare recipients, that this is a horrible time. It's very Marie Antoinette to build this lavish ballroom. Well, you know what? Times change, and the ballroom will be used for many, many years to come. One person, this was one of my favorite comments about the ballroom, said, oh, he's building this big ballroom for him and his friends and cronies to use. Did you think you were getting in there? Is the White House open, aside from an occasional tour, which, by the way, no tours were being given until Trump got the White House again, for a tour? But when was the last time you were invited to a presidential gathering at the White House? It's going to be the same as that. The ballroom isn't going to be open to anyone that wants to, rent it out for their wedding. Although, who knows? Maybe Trump will do that, or make some extra money for the government, rent it out for weddings. But it's only going to be for a select few privileged people. Yeah, like the White House and the Oval Office and the West and East Wing and every government building there is. Again, it is pure Trump derangement syndrome rage. They just cannot get over it. And, I can't wait to see how long it takes. I bet it's going to be an amazing structure, and they'll never get over it. There are people on the left saying that the second a Democrat president gets into office, they should begin knocking it down. What a spiteful thing to even think of. Before it's even built, let's knock it down. Like a child kicking over his sandcastle at the beach because he's leaving. They're just spoiled children, and no good comes out of them. All right, people. Hope you have a great weekend. Catch my show Sunday night, 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time on WABC, 77 WABC Radio, the station, the syndicated outlets, the app, 77 WABC app at the App Store. You listen any damn where you are on Earth. So we'll see you there. Until next time, have a great weekend, won't you, people?
Thanks for listening to Whipping It Out with Anthony Cumia. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Homeowners, when was the last time you checked on your home title? That's the legal record proving that you own your home. If your answer's never, then this is for you. Scammers, yeah, they're stealing titles and the equity in your home. That's their target. That's why I partnered with Home Title Lock, so you can find out today if you're already a victim. Use my promo code Anthony at HometitleLock.com, and you'll get a free title history report. Plus, you'll get a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection.